It's the final day here at the Rotanen Stadium in Tampere, Finland, and the atmosphere is electric. This is the women's high jump final at the 2025 European Under-20 Championships. 12 of Europe's best are about to go head-to-head for the title, each chasing not just personal glory, but a place in history. Before we meet the finalists, don't forget you're watching Ashleal, the best in women's track and field action. Don't miss a moment. Like, share, and subscribe now. Down on the infield, the finalists are lined up, waiting for their names to be called. The moment they've been working towards all season has finally arrived. Let's go and meet the athletes now. The big question hanging over the Rotanen Stadium tonight, who will take gold? Will it be Bátori, the reigning European Under-18 champion and national record holder? Will it be Mikkola, the Finnish prodigy and home crowd favorite, fresh off her 190-meter record? Or will someone else rise to the occasion and snatch the title from the favorites? And just as intriguing, who will join the gold medalist on the podium? The battle for silver and bronze could be just as fierce, with a field packed full of athletes capable of delivering on the big stage. The bar will keep going up, the pressure will mount, and by the end of this evening, only 3 names will have earned their place in history. We begin with the bar set at 1.77 meters. All the athletes have cleared the previous height of 1.68 and 1.73 meters without any trouble. This is 18-year-old Dorothea Gantert from Germany. The national under-20 outdoor champion, she has cleared 1.82 meters this season, which is also her personal best.
Gantert's approach doesn't quite come together. Almost backing out at the last moment, she crashes into the bar. That's her first miss at 1.77 meters, and she'll have to regroup.
This is 19-year-old Oluchi Obeta from Germany. A bronze medalist at the National Under-20 Championships, Obeta has a personal best of 1.84 meters and thrives under pressure.
Obeta builds smoothly through the curve, snaps up at takeoff, and floats over cleanly. No trouble there. She safely threw on her opening try.
This is 18-year-old Valeria Smirnova from Estonia. The national indoor champion, Smirnova has a best of 1.85 meters and could be a medal threat if she finds her rhythm.
Smirnova carries good speed, lifts tall, a light brush on the way down, but the bar holds firm. The Estonian stays perfect and keeps her momentum rolling into the next height.
This is 18-year-old Sofija Petrova from Latvia. The 2025 national champion, Petrova has a best of 1.78 meters and will aim to rise above expectations in this final.
Petrova commits to the run but doesn't get the pop she needs. That's a setback on her first go.
This is 19-year-old Aino Aalto from Finland. Recently 5th at the national championships, Aalto has a personal best of 1.80 meters and will be eager to deliver in front of the home fans.
Aalto keeps the rhythm tight, drives up, the bar wobbles off her hips but doesn't fall. She'll be happy with that. One jump and into the next round.
This is 19-year-old Ona Bonet from Spain. The 2025 Spanish indoor champion and national under-20 record holder at 1.90 meters, Bonet is in top form and ready to challenge for a place on the podium.
Bonet attacks the mark, punches off the board and clears with daylight to spare. That's exactly how you want to start at a new height.
This is 18-year-old Maja Słodzińska from Poland, the national under-20 indoor and outdoor champion. Słodzińska has a best of 1.82 meters. Away from athletics, she is also a professional model and appeared on season 13 of the Polish reality TV show Top Model.
Słodzińska accelerates cleanly, hits the plant, and sails it without a touch. The pole moves on with her perfect record still intact.
This is 19-year-old Renata Láníková from Czechia, a national under-20 indoor and outdoor champion. Láníková has a personal best of 1.86 meters. Láníková rises well, clears with room to spare, and barely disturbs the bar. She cruises into the next round with ease. This is 17-year-old Natali Kostova from Bulgaria. The national champion and two-time national indoor champion, Kostova has a best of 1.82 meters.
Kostova carries pace, catches the bar slightly with her foot, but it settles right back. A confident start for the Bulgarian at this height.
This is 18-year-old Nadja Lüthi from Switzerland, the national under-20 champion. Lüthi has a best of 1.83 meters.
Lüthi stays composed, plants firmly, and clears without any fuss at all. Exactly what she'd have hoped for.
This is 18-year-old Lilianna Bátori from Hungary. A world under-20 bronze medalist and European under-18 champion, Bátori holds the national under-20 record of 1.93 meters and is one of the favorites for gold.
Bátori brings real intent, rockets upward and flies over with a big clearance gap. That's a message to the rest of the field from the European under-18 champion. Gantert returns for her third attempt at 1.77 meters. She takes a look, runs in, and pulls back to reset. The pressure's building. She takes a deep breath, drives hard, lifts beautifully, and this time she's well over. A clutch clearance from the German to keep her competition alive. Petrova now with the same pressure. One jump to stay in. She's quicker on the run, gets more height, brushes the bar, but it stays put. A lifeline for the Latvian. She too makes it through. And with that, we come to the end of the round. All the athletes are through at 1.77 meters. Mikkola passed this height, so she'll join in next. We now move to the next round, where the bar is set at 1.80 meters.
Gantert steps up for her opening jump at 1.80 meters. Again, she runs up to the bar and pulls back to reset. The clock's ticking, she has to commit now. She charges in but crashes into the bar, almost a repeat of her opener at 1.77 meters. Meanwhile, the other German is making this look easy.
Obeta drives off the ground and clears beautifully, not a hint of trouble there.
This is 17-year-old Ella Mikkola from Finland. The 2025 national champion, Mikkola has a personal best of 1.90 meters, equaling the Finnish under-20 record, and comes in as a home crowd favorite and a serious contender for gold.
Listen to the crowd building the rhythm for Mikkola. And the home favorite delivers again. Effortless, smooth, composed, she sails well over with room to spare. Not happy with her efforts, Smirnova gives herself a smack on the thighs. Didn't quite get the height she needed, and the bar comes down on her first try at 1.80 meters. Petrova returns, still fighting to find her rhythm today. It's another miss for the Latvian, and given her personal best is 1.78 meters, this is going to take something special. Aalto takes her turn, and for the first time today, the bar falls for her. She was close, just brushed it with the hips on the way down. Bonet glides through her approach, clears with just a whisper of contact, and looks as sharp as ever. That's 4 heights in a row she's cleared on the first try. Słodzińska clips the bar lightly on the descent, but it holds. She's thrilled with that one, and it matches her season's best.
Láníková sees her perfect card broken here. She's over the bar in height, but clips it on the way down and it tumbles. Kostova charges in, but doesn't quite get the lift she needed, straight into the bar on her opening try. Lüthi follows, and this time she can't get over either, her first failure of the competition. Bátori steps up and once again shows her class, a flawless textbook clearance, the kind of jump that gives off a gold medal winning vibe. Gantert comes in for her second try. She is clearly struggling to find rhythm in her approach. She pulls up mid-run and walks away in tears, evidently not in the right state of mind to continue the attempt. She'll need to regroup for her third and final chance. Smirnova gets good height, but the lightest graze is enough to bring the bar down. Unlucky for the Estonian, she was 99% over the bar there. Petrova builds through the run, but the lift just isn't there.
She'll need a personal best to clear this height, and now she has just one chance to make it happen.
Aalto gives it another go, but once again brushes the bar with her hips on the way down. If she makes it next time, it'll match her personal best. Láníková doesn't quite get the takeoff she wanted here. She's cleared 1.86 meters this season, so this height is well within her reach, and she has one more shot to clear it. Kostova looks sharper on this attempt, but doesn't have the momentum to carry over. Only one more attempt left for the Bulgarian as well. Lüthi was well over in height and looked like she got it, but her trailing leg catches the bar on the way down. A close call there for the Swiss. Gantert returns for her last attempt at 1.80 meters. The German breaks down in tears, and unfortunately, this is the reality of any sport. Joy for some, heartbreak for others. She's shown flashes of real quality today, but her approach just never fully clicked. Her campaign in Tampere ends here, and you can see just how much it means to her. And Smirnova is over. It's almost a repeat of her second attempt, the faintest touch on the way down. But this time, the bar holds firm. Smirnova breathes a sigh of relief as she's still in the competition and in the fight for the medals. Petrova did not find it easy right from round one, and it's all over for the Latvian at 1.80 meters. She's fought hard, but this height proved just beyond her reach today. Still, she'll take the lessons from this competition and return stronger.
crowd is right behind Aalto on her last attempt at 1.8 meters. And how close was that? She's had the same issue all through this height, brushing the bar with her hips on the way down, despite having more than enough clearance in height. The Finn's journey ends here, much to the disappointment of the home fans. Very similar to Aalto's attempt, Láníková knows that was close. She had the height, but just couldn't avoid contact on the descent. The Czech's final comes to an end here, but she's been solid all afternoon and will take plenty of positives from this performance. Another close effort, this time from Kostova. She clears in height, but grazes the bar with her hips, and it's enough to bring it down. The Bulgarian bows out at 1.80 meters, having shown strong form earlier in the day. And Lüthi clears the bar on her final attempt. She came close on her second try, but just didn't get her legs out of the way. However, this time she made no mistake. A clutch third attempt clearance from the Swiss keeps her medal hopes alive. With 5 fewer athletes in the field, we now move into the next round, where the bar is set at 1.83 meters. The stakes are getting higher, the pressure is mounting, and every jump from here on could be decisive. First up, it's Obeta. And she glides over without a hitch. That's now 5 straight first attempt clearances, and with it, she matches her season's best. The German is in a brilliant groove. Great camera work too, showing us every angle of that jump. Mikkola is on the runway for her first attempt at 1.83 meters. But this time she registers her first miss of the day. Her trailing shoulder clips the bar on the way over. Still plenty of time for the Finn to reset.
Smirnova returns after a dramatic previous round.
A good effort, but her hips brush the bar on the way down, and that's enough to dislodge it. Bonet looked set for another clean clearance, but that slight contact, brushing it with her hips on descent, is enough to undo her attempt. This marks her first failure of the final.
Słodzińska, who equaled her season's best in the last round, knows that clearing this would be a new personal best.
And she does it! Just listen to that scream. First time over 1.83 meters, and on her first attempt, too. That's 5 first attempt clearances for the pole in this final so far.
That was a nice race, Steve. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we can see what are the current standings in women's high jump. Here it is.
The Swiss just brushes the bar with her hips and it's gone. Her personal best is 1.83 meters, so if she makes this height, she'll be matching her career best.
Seven women still in the competition. We have time to try again. Let's do what's next. Very fun.
But Tori looked off balance from the start and never really threatened the bar. She's capable of much more, but every miss counts in a final, and countback can decide medals.
And Mikkola makes no mistake on her second attempt. Smooth over the bar, and that vertical lift she generates is something special. Even on a miss, she gets impressive clearance above the bar.
Smirnova's second attempt looks almost identical to her first. Once again, the hips clip the bar. She's now down to her final attempt.
European record is coming. It's 84.98. Competition level will be 81.53. We can 10 athletes to
The Spaniard sprints in and sails over. A straightforward and efficient clearance by Bonet on her second attempt. Lüthi so close, well over the bar until her trailing leg brushes it off. That leaves her with just one attempt to keep her competition alive. Pure class from Bátori, a majestic second attempt clearance, the sort that reminds you why she's one of the best here. And it's the end of the road for Smirnova. Couldn't get over 1.83 meters today, but she's shown real fight and put in a solid series of jumps.
Lüthi also bows out on her final try, but she's smiling on her way back. The Swiss came real close on her second attempt, and there's no doubt she'll be jumping higher in the future.
We now move to the next round, where the bar is set at 1.86 meters. 5 athletes remain in this final, but only 3 podium spots are on offer. The margin for error is shrinking, and every attempt from here on could decide who walks away with a medal. Obeta will kick off the round. The German has been flawless so far. 5 straight first attempt clearances, but this height is 2 centimeters above her personal best. She attacks the bar, but just clips it with her hips on the way over. That's her first miss of the final.
And what a start for Mikkola. The Finn sails over on her first attempt at 1.86 meters, drawing huge cheers from the crowd. She's thriving on the energy here, and that clearance keeps her firmly in a medal contention. Just look at how much daylight she gets above the bar. Pure class. Bonet next. A good effort by the Spaniard. She attacks the run-up and gets close, but just catches the bar with her hips on the descent.
Słodzińska has been an absolute star so far. A clearance here would mean yet another personal best. And it looks like the pressure is starting to creep in. And the pole simply runs through without committing to the jump. At this stage, it's all about handling the nerves, and whoever handles them best will make till the end.
Her coach doesn't look very happy about that.
Bátori steps up for her first attempt.
Lilianna Bátori, next up,
And it's a smooth first attempt clearance. She gets a faint brush on the bar, but it stays in place. Relief for the Hungarian as she stays on track for a medal push. Obeta returns for her second attempt. And once again, she clips the bar with her hips on the way over. This height remains stubborn. She's down to one last shot.
Bonet, too, falls into the same trap, brushing the bar with her hips on descent. She'll also have just one attempt left.
Słodzińska, like Obeta earlier, clips the bar with her hips mid-flight. She's been rock solid until now, but at 1.86 meters, the margin for error is razor thin. Final attempt for Obeta. She gives it her all, but it's the end of the road for the German. Still, she's in the bronze medal position for now and would be hoping the results fall her way. Bonet on her last attempt at 1.86 meters. And she nails it. A superb clearance under pressure, denying Obeta the bronze and pushing herself into a medal position. The Spanish jumper has delivered when it mattered most. All eyes now on Słodzińska. If she fails here, she finishes 5th. She launches into her jump, a strong attempt, but the bar doesn't stay up. Her final comes to an end, but she leaves with a brand new personal best and valuable experience that will serve her well in her career ahead.
We now move into the next round, and the bar rises to 1.89 meters. The 3 medalists are already decided, but the color of those medals is still very much in play. Down on the infield, you can see a touching moment as the remaining jumpers gather around Słodzińska. The Pole is in tears after coming so close to a podium finish, only to miss out when it mattered most. There's real camaraderie on display here. Pats on the back, arms over shoulders, quiet words of encouragement. Even in a high-stakes final like this, there's respect for the effort and the journey it took to get here. Back to the competition, and it's Mikkola to open at 1.89 meters. She sets off with purpose, but this one is almost a carbon copy of her earlier miss at 1.83 meters. Her trailing shoulder catches the bar on the way over. That's her first failed attempt at this height.
Bonet next. She grazes the bar with her trailing shoulder, but it's ultimately her hips on descent that send it tumbling. That's also her first miss at 1.89 meters. And now Bátori. She too clips the bar with her hips, so all three athletes open this round with a miss. Interestingly, all three have cleared this height before, so the question isn't whether they can do it, it's whether they can do it now under this pressure. Whoever clears first will put enormous pressure on the others. Mikkola returns for her second attempt. This is better. Her shoulder stays clear of the bar this time, but just as she's coming down, her hips brush against it and send it off the uprights. That leaves her with only one more shot at 1.89 meters. Now Bonet with her second attempt. Once again, there's contact with the shoulder on the way up, and then a clip from the hip on the way down. She's also down to one last attempt. And Bátori clears it. A flawless jump from the Hungarian. She goes cleanly over the bar. That's a huge statement at this stage of the final, a direct message to her rivals that she's not giving anything away easily. Now the pressure is squarely on Mikkola. Even if she fails here, she'll leave with a medal, but it won't be the gold she's been chasing. The camera finds Ella Junila in the crowd, another Finnish high jumper, former national champion and European indoor bronze medalist from 2021. She knows the pressure of these moments.
Joka yleisen korkeushypyssä on tiukat paikat. Meillä on Mikkolalla sekä Ona Bonetilla molemmilla yksi ylitys korkeudessa 89. Ja Ella Mikkola tulee ensin sisään.
Mikkola steps back, composes herself. The crowd rises, clapping her into the run-up. She drives in, lifts off, and she's over! A brilliant clearance under maximum pressure. Maybe the lightest feather touch on the way down, but she was in total control from takeoff to landing. That keeps her right in the gold medal fight and sets up a direct duel with Bátori in the next round. Bonet has a decision to make, and she chooses to pass on this height. She'll take her chances at the next bar, hoping it gives her a clearer shot at silver, maybe even gold.
The bar now rises to 1.92 meters. Bátori is in the lead, followed by Mikkola and Bonet. Bátori is the only one out of the three that has cleared this height in the past. The other two are now venturing into unknown territory. Mikkola steps up for her first attempt at 1.92 meters. She has never gone over this bar before, but you can feel the anticipation. The stadium will erupt if she pulls it off, but it won't be easy. And this time, it's not quite there. She doesn't get the lift she needs off the takeoff and crashes into the bar on the way over. Bonet now for her one and only attempt at this height. The Spaniard drives into her approach, launches upward, and no, she can't quite find the clearance. But it's a bronze medal for Bonet, and she can be more than satisfied with her performance today. A gutsy series of jumps to secure her place on the podium. Now Bátori for her opening attempt. The Hungarian gets underway, up she goes, and just a clip from the hips sends the bar tumbling. No clearance on her first try. Mikkola returns for her second attempt. The rhythm is better, the takeoff is cleaner, but again, she just can't quite find the height she needs. Another miss for the Finn.
Standings in women's high jump, 2 women still in the game. Lilianna Bátori, Mikkola. Neither one of them has cleared the height 192.
Bátori's second go. She looks calm, composed, but it's the same result, a clip from the hips and the bars down. Both athletes are now left with one final chance at 1.92 meters. Mikkola with her last attempt. The crowd is fully behind her, clapping in unison as she begins her run-up. She drives in, lifts hard off the ground, hangs in the air, but no, it's just not to be today. Still, this was her best effort of the three, and you get the sense that one day this height will fall for her. Ella Mikkola takes home the silver medal.
Women's long jump final has started. First one is just past the young Petrova with 6:28.
And finally, Bátori. She already has the gold secured, but she'd love to finish with a clear and decisive victory, not one settled on countback. She charges in, launches upward, but the bar doesn't stay up. No clearance at 1.92 meters today, yet it's still a superb performance from an outstanding talent, taking home the gold in this final.
What a thrilling women's high jump final we've had here today, packed with drama, tension, and incredible performances. Every height tested the athletes, and the crowd was treated to a real battle for the podium. Bronze goes to Spain's Ona Bonet, who fought hard under immense pressure and delivered when it mattered most to secure her place on the podium. Silver is claimed by Finland's Mikkola, whose consistency and composure shone through, pushing her to new limits and keeping the gold medal race alive until the very end. And gold belongs to Hungary's Lilianna Bátori, who stamped her authority on this final with clutch clearances and a champion's spirit. A huge thank you to all the athletes for giving us such a memorable final and leaving absolutely everything out there on the field. This was women's high jump at its finest.
And this is it from us. You've been watching Ashleo, the best in women's track and field. If you enjoyed this coverage, make sure to subscribe, like, and share so you never miss another epic moment from the sports we all love. Until next time, see you at the next meet.
Oliko se jopa jännityksellä vähän vaikeaa, kun vaikka kotiin ja tuolta varmasti odotettiin paljon. Ja